just got this question on LinkedIn. John, if you were dropped into a brand new world with a laptop and $1,000, what steps would you take to get back to where you are today? This is great. I had a couple questions that actually came in that were just like this. So some of you may know that I was working at Best Buy in 2014 for 2014? Was it 2014? It was 2014 or 2013. It's been a little while now because we're at 2020. But anyway, it was around then. But I was working for $12 an hour at Best Buy. And I was really down and out at that point in a lot of ways because my business has failed and I lost all my money. And I was really trying to figure out, like, what am I going to do with my life? And so it's interesting when you go to different places, right? Like, you see somebody who's older, for example, and they've literally been doing the same exact thing for like 30 years, right? They've been working at the local supermarket for 30 years. And I think for me, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, right? Like, I think feeling a sense of purpose at work is a mindset, and if you have a community of great people around you, I think that's probably the single most important thing in life. On the flip side, like, I tend to have the mindset of being super curious about everything. And so when I was down and out, right, like, or with this question, like, what would you do if you had $1,000 in a laptop? It's like, I would be exploring the hell out of everything because I'm so curious, right? Like, I want to know, if I'm going to spend my time, what is the way that I can maximize the value of my time? And I'm constantly learning, right? So like when I was down and out in 2014, I'm like strategizing every day and every night. Like every free second that I had was like, okay, like what industry do I get into? That I can get paid pretty well, live the lifestyle that I want. I was trying to kind of work backwards from there. And, a lot of people just don't ask themselves those type of questions. Like, they're just like, well, this is all I know. This is the only thing that I've ever done, so I'm just going to keep on doing it. And, they surround themselves with a bunch of people who also think the same way. And one of the things that I've always tried to do is, like, if I'm surrounding myself with a bunch of people, the first question I'm always asking behind the scenes is like, everyone around me is thinking the same way. Should I be thinking differently? And I'm always asking these kind of should I, why type of questions until I get to the root of what I'm really looking for, right? Like I tend to question a lot of things in society, but that's how I've been able to kind of navigate from, entrepreneurship to going broke to working at Best Buy for $12 an hour to reinventing myself and now being at Amazon. So I think that's a key takeaway. Like, just do what you can to ask the right questions about where you're going in life, right? Like, if you're watching this video, you're probably the type of person who is starting that process, right? Or already in that process of asking the right questions. And there's going to be millions of questions that come up. Like, how do I do this? What do I do? Is this the right path? Is that the right path? But the beauty of it is that there's people that came before you that are out there in the world that are older than you who have that knowledge. So that's one of the other things I'm trying to do. Like, I'm always seeking out people who are older than me. I'm reading their content, reading their books. I'm consuming their YouTube videos. And I'm trying to figure out, like, they're here. Like, I'm able to peer into the future of who that person is or who I could become in 10, 15, 20 years. And I think that's incredibly valuable. I don't think a lot of people are doing that type of research. They're not spending the time to be curious about those things. Anyway, that's my rant for today. Hopefully you find some value in the video. If you do, awesome. Hit that like button below and leave some comments below as well if you have any questions. We'll talk to you soon.